According to Section 680.11 of the National Electrical Code, a maintenance disconnect for a hot tub must be a switch, a circuit breaker, or a fuse. This code provision explicitly prohibits the use of a contactor as a maintenance disconnect. The rationale behind this requirement is to ensure readily accessible and reliable means of disconnecting power to the hot tub for maintenance and repair purposes. A contactor, while capable of switching electrical circuits, is not considered an adequate disconnecting means because it relies on an external control signal to open and close the circuit. In the event of a control system failure or malfunction, a contactor may not reliably disconnect power, posing a safety hazard to personnel working on a hot tub. A switch, circuit breaker, or fuse, on the other hand, provides a positive and direct means of disconnecting power independent of any external control system. These devices are designed to be manually operated, allowing for a clear and unambiguous indication of whether the circuit is open or closed. The requirement for a switch, circuit breaker, or fuse as a maintenance disconnect is intended to provide a safer and reliable means of energizing the hot tub for maintenance and repair, protecting personnel from electrical shock hazards. The specific requirements for the location and accessibility of the maintenance disconnect are also outlined in Section 680.11 of the National Electrical Code. The disconnect must be readily accessible and located within sight of the hot tub. This ensures that maintenance personnel can easily and quickly disconnect power to the hot tub before commencing any work. The disconnect must also be rated for the voltage and current requirements of the hot tub circuit. This ensures that the disconnect is capable of safely interrupting the flow of electricity in the event of a fault or overload. In addition to the requirements of Section 680.11, other sections of the National Electrical Code may also apply to the installation of a hot tub maintenance disconnect. For example, Section 314.27 addresses the requirements for outlet box covers and canopies. Section 404.3 covers the requirements for the installation of switches. Section 240.20 addresses the requirements for overcurrent protection devices, such as circuit breakers and fuses. It is essential to consult all applicable sections of the National Electrical Code when installing a hot tub maintenance disconnect to ensure compliance with all applicable requirements. Furthermore, local codes and regulations may impose additional requirements beyond those specified in the National Electrical Code. It is always advisable to check with the local electrical inspector to determine any specific requirements that may apply in your jurisdiction. When selecting a switch, circuit breaker, or fuse for use as a hot tub maintenance disconnect, it is important to choose a device that is specifically listed for use in wet locations. This ensures that the device is designed to withstand the harsh environmental conditions associated with hot tub installations. Wet location-rated devices are typically constructed with corrosion-resistant materials and are designed to prevent the ingress of water and other contaminants. The installation of a hot tub maintenance disconnect should be performed by a qualified electrician. A qualified electrician has the knowledge, skills, and experience necessary to safely and correctly install the disconnect in accordance with all applicable codes and regulations. Improper installation of a hot tub maintenance disconnect can create a safety hazard and may void the manufacturer's warranty. Regular inspection and maintenance of the hot tub maintenance disconnect are essential to ensure its continued safe and reliable operation. The disconnect should be inspected periodically for signs of damage or corrosion. Any damaged or corroded component should be replaced immediately. The disconnect should also be tested periodically to ensure that it is functioning properly. This can be done by manually operating the disconnect and verifying that power is being interrupted to the hot tub. If the disconnect is not functioning properly, it should be repaired or replaced by a qualified electrician. In summary, a hot tub maintenance disconnect must be a switch, circuit breaker, or fuse. A contactor is not an acceptable disconnecting means. The disconnect must be readily accessible, located within sight of the hot tub, and rated for the voltage and current requirements of the hot tub circuit. All applicable sections of the National Electrical Code and local codes and regulations must be followed. The disconnect should be listed for use in wet locations. Installation should be performed by a qualified electrician. Regular inspection and maintenance are essential. By following these guidelines, you can ensure that your hot tub maintenance disconnect is safe, reliable, and compliant with all applicable requirements. This helps to protect yourself and others from electrical shock hazards and ensures the long-term safe operation of your hot tub. The information provided here is for general guidance only and should not be considered a substitute for professional electrical advice. Always consult with a qualified electrician for any electrical work. Ignoring these safety guidelines could result in serious injury or death. Proper grounding and bonding are also critical aspects of hot tub electrical safety. Grounding provides a path for fault current to return to the source, tripping the circuit breaker or fuse and de-energizing the circuit. Bonding connects all metal parts of the hot tub and its associated equipment to create an equipotential plane, minimizing the risk of electric shock. The National Electrical Code provides specific requirements for grounding and bonding of hot tubs in Section 680. It is essential to follow these requirements carefully to ensure electrical safety. Ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, are also required for hot tub circuits. A GFCI is a device that detects small imbalances in current between the hot and neutral conductors. These imbalances can indicate a ground fault, which can pose a serious electric shock hazard. When a GFCI detects a ground fault, it quickly interrupts the circuit, preventing electric shock. The National Electrical Code requires that all hot tub circuits be protected by a GFCI. The GFCI should be installed in a readily accessible location, such as at the circuit breaker panel or at the disconnect switch. Regular testing of the GFCI is essential to ensure that it is functioning properly. The GFCI should be tested monthly by pressing the test button on the device. If the GFCI does not trip when the test button is pressed, it should be replaced immediately. Overcurrent protection is another important aspect of hot tub electrical safety. Overcurrent protection devices, such as circuit breakers and fuses, are designed to protect the circuit from overloads and short circuits. An overload occurs when the circuit is carrying more current than it is designed to handle. A short circuit occurs when there is a direct connection between the hot and neutral conductors. Overloads and short circuits can cause the circuit to overheat, which can lead to fire. Circuit breakers and fuses are designed to interrupt the circuit in the event of an overload or short circuit, preventing the circuit from overheating. The National Electrical Code provides specific requirements for overcurrent protection of hot tub circuits in Section 240. It is important to select a circuit breaker or fuse that is properly sized for the circuit. The circuit breaker or fuse should be rated to interrupt the maximum current that the circuit is designed to carry. Wiring methods are also an important consideration for hot tub electrical installations. The National Electrical Code provides specific requirements for wiring methods in Section 300. It is important to select a wiring method that is suitable for the environment in which it will be installed. For example, wiring that is installed underground must be rated for direct burial. Wiring that is installed in wet locations must be rated for wet locations. All wiring connections must be made in accordance with the National Electrical Code and the manufacturer's instructions. Proper wiring connections are essential to ensure the safe and reliable operation of the hot tub. Electrical equipment that is installed near a hot tub must be protected from physical damage. The National Electrical Code provides specific requirements for the protection of electrical equipment in Section 110. It is important to install electrical equipment in a location where it is not likely to be damaged by people or objects. If electrical equipment is installed in a location where it is likely to be damaged, it should be protected by a suitable enclosure. Signage is also an important aspect of hot tub electrical safety. The National Electrical Code requires that certain signs be posted near hot tubs. These signs are intended to warn people of the potential hazards associated with hot tubs. The signs should be clearly visible and legible. They should also be made of a durable material that will withstand the outdoor environment. It is also important to educate people about the potential hazards associated with hot tubs. People should be warned about the risks of electric shock, drowning, and other injuries. They should also be instructed on how to use the hot tub safely. By following these safety guidelines, you can help to prevent accidents and injuries associated with hot tubs. Remember that electrical work should only be performed by qualified electricians. Improper electrical work can be dangerous and may violate local codes and regulations. Always consult with a qualified electrician before performing any electrical work on your hot tub. Furthermore, always ensure that the hot tub is properly maintained. Regular cleaning and maintenance will help to prevent problems and ensure the safe operation of the hot tub. Check the water chemistry regularly and adjust as needed. Clean the filters regularly to prevent clogging. Inspect the hot tub for leaks or other damage. Repair any damage promptly. By following these maintenance tips, you can extend the life of your hot tub and ensure its continued safe operation.